Okay, guys, so it's your girl Tori live with another daily nugget for you. And today I'm doing a re recording because I recorded this video a couple minutes ago and I did not like it. And this year, what I told myself is that I'm giving y'all quality. If it's not of decent quality, if it doesn't sound good, if I'm rambling, nobody wants to hear that. I don't want to put that out. I'm not trying to give you guys bad quality. So here we are, take two. Hey guys, it's your girl Tori live with the Daily Nugget one more time. I'm really excited to come to you guys with this message because I feel like this right here is something very personal to me. One reason why the last video didn't go over so well is because I feel like I needed to just vent it out, release it, and kind of like because this is something that I'm dealing with right now at this very moment. But before we go right into that, so little announcement. Everything is kind of new right now for me on this channel. I kind of barely utilize this channel. I have a few videos posted of previous daily nuggets, and those previous daily nuggets are basically like where I started out with the daily nugget, like on Facebook, with just my daily lives that I would do every day, just motivating, inspiring. That's really what it is. And it's yeah, just humble reminders of its humble beginning. I I think I'm gonna go back and find the very first one so I can post that one a little later in the week, maybe tomorrow, so you guys can see like where I've come from to where I am. But anyway, this is not a video about that. Meanwhile, I'm on that topic. Let me just say that meanwhile, I was tinkering around with YouTube in the beginning. I had started calling you guys vocalists, right? So, like, people like they have their thing, like Beyonce and her fans, that's the Beehive. Nicki Minaj and her fans, that's the Barbies and the Kens and all that stuff. So, and people who, they're on Instagram and so they have their followers and they call them whatever they call them. And I started calling you guys the vocalists. And I stopped because I thought that it was corny. But I think I'm gonna go back to that. I think that's what I'm gonna call you guys. You subscribers, people that watch me. You guys are the vocalists because we believe in voices over here. I'm a firm believer in voices, right? Everybody has a voice. That's what I believe. Everybody has a voice and everybody has a story. And I just feel, right? Me personally, I just feel that my purpose in using my voice is to inspire you to find your voice and to begin to vocalize your own story, whether it be through a YouTube video, whether it be through your poetry, your dance, your visual arts, whatever it is. I just hope that what I'm saying in these videos inspire, uplift, and encourage you to go ahead and tell your story in whatever way that you want to tell your story, because at the end of the day, right, it's your voice, right, vocalist, it's your voice. So anyway, that's how I'm going to address you guys. You guys, if you subscribe, this is the perfect time right now. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell because I don't want you to miss any notifications. I will be going live pretty much every day. It's a daily nugget, you know. And in addition to that, there's a lot of other content that's coming up on this channel. I'm very excited about that and so grateful to the people who give me their time, like my boyfriend, Ambition the Poet. He and I work on a project together that will be coming to this channel very soon. Right now, it's still on Facebook, but it will be coming to this channel very soon. It's called The Convo. That's like our little mini vlog slash show slash thing that we do. Anyway, it's a joy to do something like that with him. It's really dope when you have a partner who's kind of like in the same field, in very similar fields with you, because he's a poet. and a foster care advocate and all that stuff. And then there's me, and I'm an inspirational vlogger, and the talk dynamic, it just works. So anyway, I'm excited about all the new content that I'm going to be bringing to this channel, and I hope that you are too. I hope that you're so excited that you do hit that subscribe and click the bell to not miss anything. Please join this journey with me. It's going to be a wild one, I promise. Anyway, getting back to what we're supposed to be talking about today, let's not get too far from that. Um, the meat and potatoes of what I'm here to talk about today is that that you, it doesn't matter what you have failed in, right? Let's use air quotes, what you have failed in. It doesn't matter how bad a situation may look for you right now. Like, see, we can't compare who we are to our situation. You may not be winning in a specific area of your life, but that does not make you a failure, okay? And this is real talk because this is something that I'm struggling with. I'm a big time perfectionist, and I'm really meticulous in planning and knowing what's next and knowing all the next steps. I just have to know. Like, when I don't know, my anxiety goes through the roof. I'm stressed, you know. But one thing I've come to understand is that when it comes to God, you don't always have to know the plans. You just got to trust the man and know that, like, it's going to work out, right? And we put a lot of unnecessary pressure on ourselves to be perfect, to always get it right, to have all these answers. I feel like, and I'm a constant, like, this is me all the way. I'm talking about myself for real. I'm that person, and a lot of us can relate. I'm that person where, like, I'll put all these, like, crazy expectations on myself and feel bad about disappointing other people when in all actuality, nobody is thinking any of these things. It's all me creating it in my head, creating these expectations for myself and feeling as though people are holding me to these expectations when no, they're not. It's just me. It's just me. Like, I know we're not in church, but tap your neighbors, say, it's just you. It's just you, girl. Like, take the weight off your shoulders. Stop putting all this pressure on yourself that's absolutely unnecessary. Listen, take your time in life. And I promise you, y'all, I'm talking to y'all, the audience, I'm talking to the vocalist, but I'm speaking specifically to Tori Live. Take the weight off of yourself. Stop pressuring yourself. Stop bullying yourself into a corner just because you didn't get this right. You didn't hit that deadline. You didn't do that. You should have did that. Okay, well, I'm not saying don't hold yourself to a standard, because holding yourself to standards, that is one of the most important things that you can do. Because when you live a standardless life, you are like you're everywhere, and you're living a life of tomfoolery because you're not setting goals, you're not holding yourself accountable. Like, that doesn't make sense. You can't live a lawless life, right? But what I am saying is that don't put all this crazy weight and ridiculous expectations on yourself and kill yourself with anxiety and depression and feeling all types of, like, bad about yourself because you didn't meet this crazy expectation. Listen, one way to do this is to turn these big goals, these big expectations, into bite-sized pieces, into smaller pieces that you can manage. We trying to take over Rome. Better yet, let me use a different analogy. We're trying to take over the entire Georgia, and we haven't even worked on Decatur or Atlanta. Like, we're trying to take the whole state, but we haven't even got to our little cities, towns, and neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I hope that analogy was good. I don't know if it was good. But anyway, somebody understands me. You feel me? Like, take those big goals, take those really, really big things, those really big expectations, and turn them into smaller pieces. When you make things smaller, right, then you make it more attainable. Another thing that you can do, write them down. Because a lot of times, a lot of our thoughts are stuck in our head, and it's driving us crazy because we're trying to work it out, but we don't really know what to do. Like, I got so upset today that, like, something happened today, and I got so upset I couldn't even verbalize it to my boyfriend. He's on the phone. He's like, "Well, babe, what's wrong?" I'm like, "Man, I just," and I had to come home, decompress, and write it down in order for me to actually call him back and be able to talk and express what was going on with me, because I was so frustrated and had all these thoughts. When you're frustrated and your mind is clogged up, you ever had your nose clogged up, a really stuffy nose? You can't get no air in, and when you're trying to exhale, it feels like you can't get air out. You gotta kind of like breathe through your mouth. Yeah, that's the same thing when you have a clogged up mental, right? When you're mentally clogged, you can't think straight, you can't process what nobody's saying, and you can't let anything out. So you can't even tell the people around you what's wrong with you. So decompress your mind, mentally decompress your mind. Write down your stressors, write down what's good in your life. Just write. Like, I definitely encourage journaling, but I'm talking about like a list. Like a list. When you feel super overwhelmed, super just like discombobulated, I encourage you to grab a notebook, have a specific notebook, especially if you're a person who deals with anxiety. This is really good for you. Like, have a notebook set aside that when you get to that point where you're super anxious, you're getting really, really, you just write what you're feeling. Bullet points. Bullet points. I feel this because of this. I feel that. I feel that. And I feel that. And then now, because if you can't express yourself, have you ever seen a little child? A little child who can't quite yet talk, but they're trying to get their point across, and they're getting frustrated because the people around them aren't really understanding. I worked in childcare for a while, so I've seen this a lot. And you guys who are parents or you're around kids a lot can relate. That kid gets so mad. That kid gets so upset because they're trying to tell you that they want juice, or they're trying to tell you that they want this or they don't want that, but nobody understands them. It's very frustrating. So when you can't express yourself, it takes that anxiety and it heightens it. Now you're mad about things that don't even have nothing to do with what you were initially upset about, right? So creating lists to help you decompress and mentally unclog is good. And once you write those lists, that's going to help you. That's going to help you with, remember we said, taking the big goals or the big things and making them more bite sized. It's going to help you once you get it out of your head, formulate it on paper in the form of bullet points. Now we can see what's in front of us. It's a list. Now we can break it down and we can like kind of solve these issues one by one. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not no clinical doctor, but I'm just saying it works. It works. So hopefully this is something that somebody with anxiety or depression, or you're just overworked and underpaid, like, this is just something that you can use, because I've used it and it definitely helped, especially today because I was stressed. Stressed. But anyway, going back to the drawing board is the theme of that. That's the central theme here, right? Don't let yourself get so overwhelmed and so worked up, because see, when we feel like when we feel like Okay, so I have the plan together. I know what I'm supposed to do. I got it in the bag. But then life happens and it upsets your plans, maybe a lot or maybe a little bit. But that's usually what triggers off everything that we just talked about with the anxiety, the mental clog, everything that we're putting on those notes. It's something went wrong. Something got off of track. Something went out of whack over here. And it causes us to be super, super anxious, super stressed. It's just like a lot. It's too much for a lot of us. So, like, in those situations, I want to remind you that when all things are going left, it's okay. It's going to be okay. We just talked about two major solutions to help break down and alleviate that stress that happens after your plans cave, things don't go how you want, it's just not working. These strategies that I'm giving you, these are all a part of going back to the drawing board, right? In order to you have to go back to the drawing board. And it's really scary for a lot of us because it's like, man, I had the plan. Like I had everything. I knew what I was supposed to do. Are you gonna tell me I gotta start over? Yes, you have to start over sometimes because plans plans don't always work. Plans don't always go as planned. There's upsets in life and it really sucks. But it is a part of life. So going back to the drawing board is not, it's scary and it's sad and sometimes you're depressed because you feel like you should have executed it the way you initially planned it, but there's no shame in your game. Go back, replan, re-strategize, rework, get back to the drawing board, alleviate a lot of stress on yourself by saying, you know what, I didn't hit the mark today and I'm okay with that, but I'm going to do better tomorrow. I didn't pass the test here. That's okay. I'm going to study. I'm not saying live a lawless, crazy life where you just doing whatever and have no standards. No, no. No. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I am trying to say is that when you fall, it doesn't mean that you failed. Anyway, I feel like I went a little off track here, but I know that all of this is making sense and it's connecting for someone out there. So I really hope that this video was impactful to you. I hope that you got something from it, and I really, really hope that you do share it with somebody else so that they can be encouraged as well. So, team, if you watch this video all this far, then yeah, go on and hit the subscribe button because we family now. Hey, cousin. So hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so that you can catch all of the content that's going to be loading up here. I'm going to be up here very frequent. This year, I've decided to be a lot more dedicated to my YouTube channel and push this content over here opposed to Facebook. We're moving in a new direction this year, and this is my new home for the Daily Nugget with Tori Live. I hope that you guys join me on this journey by hitting that bell so that you can catch all of the notifications to let you know when I'm live or when I post up new content. So excited! So excited! I really hope that you guys really stay encouraged, stay blessed. Please continue to show love to people. We have moved out of the season of giving, but every day is a season of giving. So give a little love, give a little encouragement, give a little likes and shares to this video. Mhm. And make sure you guys stay very safe, very sanitized. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, and above all else, be your own light, baby. Peace out. I hope that you guys have a great night. Bye.